We're back in the kitchen now with Chef Ken Hall from St. Brendan's. It's been a busy place this week.
A little bit.
Just a little bit, and tomorrow you guys are going crazy, huh?
Oh yeah, we'll have a circus.
The fun starts what time?
9:30 we start with the Blessing of the Shamrock.
And corned beef is being served at 10 o'clock, I hear.
10 o'clock all day long.
All sorts of great Irish food all day. Music, bands.
Bands start at 2 and keep going. We have a parade going at 4:30 down to the new city deck, and then there'll be fireworks at 8:30. So it's going to be a blast.
And we were talking earlier about corned beef. You get that craving. I guess I didn't realize you guys serve it all year round, not just St. Patty's Day.
I don't get a craving anymore. I relish it. I got to have corned beef every day.
I know. All right, so we need some great bread to go with our Reuben soup. And I love a good Irish soda bread, but I've never made it before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Irish soda bread is
easy?
It's a very simple bread.
Okay.
It's almost like a scone, almost like a biscuit, kind of a cross between the two.
Need to let it rise or any of that kind of stuff?
Nope. A little bit of
yeast?
Baking soda, no yeast.
Yay.
And that's it. So what I've done is I like to mix in a little bit of whole wheat flour as well instead of just regular flour. So what we've got is we've got a cup and a half of regular flour.
Okay.
And we've got a cup of whole wheat flour.
Okay.
And you can play with the mix a little bit if you like. Then we've got a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay. A half a teaspoon of salt.
So really simple. I mean, there are just a few ingredients.
Quarter cup of currants or raisins, whichever you have.
Okay.
And we're just going to mix this together just to get that soda in with the flour. I like to mix it with my fingers.
Hands, yeah.
Because so the trick with this is you don't want to overmix it because then it'll get too tough.
Got it. So what's with the hair, Mr. Ken?
Well,
or lack of it.
As most people saw, Friday morning I got shaved. Saturday was St. Baldrick's. We raised over $90,000.
Wow, $90,000. How many people got their heads shaved?
200 people.
Wow, and I know some people got their hair cut and donated to lots
It was
of love.
Just the most fantastic day.
I bet.
It was great.
And all the money, of course, goes to the great cause.
Yep. St. Baldrick's Foundation, and that's
cancer research.
Cancer research for kids.
$90,000.
Yep.
Wow.
Over 90,000.
That's awesome. And Ken, I know you do it every year, so
every year.
I'm used to seeing you like this.
Except that, a little unruly on the beard, according to Rachel. She was giving me grief.
So what kind of, was that buttermilk that we added or regular
buttermilk?
Buttermilk. Okay,
Buttermilk.
So that's kind of the
that's the secret to it.
Okay, so just basically we had flour, cracked wheat, some salt,
a little soda, and the buttermilk.
And that's it. And some currants or raisins, or leave it out altogether. Doesn't matter. It's up to you.
Yep.
And just it looks like it's a real sticky dough.
It is. It gets a little sticky. You don't want to overmix it too much, or it'll get tough.
Okay.
And then all we're going to do is just kind of knead this together a little bit, and put it right on an oiled sheet.
Okay. So you want to do a hand form? Go ahead. Hand form loaf.
Yep.
So what else is on the menu tomorrow? I know you're kind of doing a limited menu because there's going to be so many people. Corned beef and cabbage. What else?
Corned beef and cabbage. We're going to do pot roast. We're going to do Reuben sandwiches. We're going to do our fish sandwiches.
Okay.
And then we're also going to do Irish stew, Guinness beef stew.
Yum. And lots of beer, I'm sure.
Lots of beer.
And not green beer. You guys don't do green beer over there, do you?
No, we don't do green beer.
Yeah, you do the Guinness and the traditional beer.
Guinness and Smittix and Harps. And
yeah.
We'll have good beer.
Now,
so you want to score the top.
Okay.
What that does is it helps spread it out a little bit. We're going to pat it down just a little bit like this.
Okay.
And then the scoring will help to keep it going.
Okay.
So it doesn't rise just in the center.
Okay.
Like a muffin. So we're going to pop this in the oven. This takes at 375 for 30 to 35 minutes.
Okay.
Till it's golden brown.
So it's a quick cook too. I mean, we
very,
toss
very
it, real quick. The mix is quick, and then
Yep.
into the oven it cooks quick. Ooh, look at this, and it's beautiful.
And then the trick with this, when it comes out of the oven, is you brush it with melted butter.
And not just any butter. Let's talk a little bit about Irish butter. And now you can find it at a lot of grocery stores. This is Kerrygold butter. How is Irish butter different than our butter?
Well, it's a higher fat content. It's a higher the buttermilk and the butter fat that's in Because when you're churning your butter, you take your cream. Like, have you ever had whipped cream and you forgot about it?
Sure.
You're turning it into butter.
Okay.
So it just has a higher amount of fat, which is flavor.
It's so delicious. I mean, if you've never tried this Irish butter, it's amazing. Do you serve this Irish butter at the restaurant?
Yep. And this is imported. This comes from Ireland, from the Kerrygold Dairy. And we serve little pats. We get the little pats, and we serve that with our brown bread every day.
It's so good. Their cheeses are wonderful too. Have you ever had their Irish cheeses, the Kerrygold cheeses?
Yes, we've got 2 of them on our menu on a couple of our appetizers and dishes. We grate the 2 together.
Ooh, yum. So you brush it before serving with the melted Irish butter.
With the melted butter.
Wow.
And then my little trick is I like to take a little bit of honey.
Ooh, now we're talking.
And brush just a little bit of honey.
Honey butter going on there. So good. Wow.
And then we'll go ahead and cut
let's slice
this.
it. Let me get a couple plates and get up some soup. Now, while I'm doing this, again, talk about the lineup tomorrow. The Blessing of the Shamrock is at what time?
9:30.
9:30. And
we open it at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, okay.
Our first band starts at 2, and then we have bands throughout the day. The parade starts at 4:30, and that'll go down the Riverwalk to the new city deck.
Fun.
And then fireworks, the tent.
Fireworks, wow.
Fireworks, the tent. We've got the tent outside, and that'll open. We're going to have a beautiful day.
I know, the weather going to be almost 60 degrees.
It's going to be gorgeous and sunny.
Forget the kilt tomorrow. Maybe shorts instead. Shorts
there you go.
And short sleeve shirt. Well, I can hardly wait. I got to try a little of this bread. What do you think? A little extra butter?
Oh, absolutely.
I think so too. And this bread, I think, warm out of the oven. It is the only way to do it.
You cannot beat warm bread out of the oven.
I'm totally with you on that. Dunk this in your soup. Wow, this is amazing.
Not bad?
I'll say, wow. Want some of my soup?
I do want some of your soup. And I have a pretty spoon.
Yes, you do. Because you look so pretty with your hair. There you go. Tell me what you think. I know you have lots of leftover corned beef.
It's delicious.
Wonderful. It's so good to see you. Good luck tomorrow, okay?
Thank you so much.
I'm going to have another piece of bread. Both the recipes are on our website, Chef Ken's Irish Soda Bread and that Reuben soup. And we'll see you in just a minute. Stay with us. Got to have another bite of this. So good. The crust.